talks about his massive multiplayer games and how they have these huge cross-functional teams and they're actually deeply skilled interplays taking place. This is a great skill to have, and I do agree with him that in order to have this organization, it takes a lot of learning, and it takes a lot of responsibility and memorization and all sorts of other things that we talk about in education. The second one he does is deeper good thought happens when people are engaged. Now, he words it as deeper good thought happens when individuals care. But really, he's talking about engagement. And when we engage students, we know from educational theory that students do better. There's no argument with that. I teach an industrial arts classroom. There are students in my class that do phenomenally well, that do terrible in math, but that's because they're not engaged. They don't care about the subject matter. The third main point he makes is school right now is full of manuals without any experience. And that's true. We teach all these students different math curriculum and physics and all these other things, and we don't show them how it's actually going to be applied to their real lives. Again, I'm fortunate in that situation. When I teach someone about how a dovetail joint works, we go and we make a dovetail joint, and they can actually physically touch and try and see why this is such a good thing. And he believes that games can raise certain social or civic or social awareness outside of the games when the subject is raised within the games. So if you play a game based on slavery, maybe you'll be more aware of it later. It's an interesting hypothesis, but I don't know how you'd measure it. Maybe there is some way to do it. We can raise awareness through a variety of ways, empathy, things like that, and we can do the same thing through videos or reading books or whatever. So I can see how this would work. It's just another medium that we use to do it. Secondly, games, he also says that games pique interest of players because of their immersive nature. Classes can be designed this way, and we can use digital gaming as part of our classes to do this. Again, I think it goes back to James Paul Guy's engagement issue. The more engaged you are, the more immersed you become in the topic, the better you understand, the higher learning or higher level of learning occurs. And his last one is media is changing and becoming participatory, and that these skills are nurtured through the gaming culture. I can't argue with this. This is very true. I was a gamer myself. When you get good at a game, you start making YouTube videos, you participate in forums and blogs and all sorts of things. So because these children are engaging and having fun while doing it, they're teaching themselves. They're going off and doing this self-discovery and finding these things. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think it's great, and it would could only help our efforts to help our children and students express themselves and to get to use these forms of media.